Hey, Corey, thank you so much. I know many of us are trying to learn everything that we can this morning, especially trying to see a lot of the devastation as the sun rises. The last time we got an update was around 5 p.m. yesterday from officials from multiple counties. Right now, I'm here with Michelle Kelly. She is with Boulder Incident Management Team. She's the public information officer, and she's joining me this morning to give us an update. Michelle, thank you so much for being out here. We know you all have been working long and hard for nearly 24 hours now.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us on this morning. Quick fire update for you. The fire is estimated to be 6,200 acres. We had 300 people overnight in shelters. We have 3 shelters across Boulder County. Those are available from the Boulder Office of Emergency Management website. They can find those there. As well, we have approximately 500 homes that have been impacted. We don't have a good estimate on that yet. With nightfall, we weren't able to go to all of the structures and start assessments. That will come at a later time. We do still have active burning within the fire perimeter, both in the communities of Superior and Louisville. We really need people to stay out of the area. We know they're concerned about their homes. They're concerned about their pets. We understand that, but with those active fire conditions, we really do need emergency responders to be out of there. It also helps us to have that availability to help protect your homes while you're out of it. We do have a strong law enforcement presence there and a strong firefighter presence as well. If you have not prepared a go kit, you don't have an emergency kit, all residents of Boulder County, any county for that matter, along the metro area or the mountains should start preparing that, because despite it being winter right now and cold where we're usually in snow, things like this do happen. We do still expect some additional wind today prior to the snow that will come tonight. Weather does impact operations, and we're making sure that the pumps on the trucks and stuff won't freeze up. We're making sure that firefighters have warm clothes and are fed accordingly.
If you can talk to me a little bit about some of the challenges that many of the crews were possibly experiencing overnight once those winds started to subside. Even right now, we were just out here for the last 5 minutes. The winds have already started to pick up with those gusts.
So some of the challenges at night, you don't have good visibility. This fire with the strong winds we had yesterday produced a lot of brands and embers out there. And so they were finding areas where fire had already died down, coming back through, and as those embers continue to ignite the vegetation, the dried out fuels that we have here in the Front Range, it then was able to start affecting structures again in different areas. So just some of the challenges is the large area suburban that this is affecting and our availability to get resources to all those locations. With the number of resources we have from across the Front Range and the state, communication is always a challenge, and we're doing a great job with that and safety.
All right, we're going to try to check the mic. We're going to keep going a little fast. Jason is going to check to make sure that we're on the right microphone so we're hearing you correctly. But I know the anchors, they're also in here as well, just in case they have any additional questions. But I also know you were speaking to the west of Superior, really talking about the devastation within that area. And those are areas where you all are hoping to get to once the sun rises to see what is actually taking place. So if you can speak to some of the neighborhoods where you all saw a lot of this taking place overnight.
So throughout the western side of the town of Superior, original Superior, also in the Rock Creek subdivision, as well as in the city of Louisville, there are neighborhoods and subdivisions that have been affected by the fire. In southwest Boulder County, there are neighborhoods that have been affected that tie in off of Cherryville and South Boulder Road, and we are working with county and identifying some of those more rural neighborhoods and making sure that those people are properly addressed as well.
As far as those evacuation centers goes, the different resources that you have available to people, if you just want to put that out there one more time for those residents that may be watching this morning. We know a lot of people may be at friends, they may be with families, they may be trying to figure out exactly where to go from here, but the one thing you want to let them know, do not come back to your neighborhood to try to see the damage that unfortunately is possibly left behind due to the Marshall Fire.
That's correct. We do need people to stay away. Please continue to watch the Boulder Office of Emergency Management emergency status blog and their social media, as well as if you have not taken the time to sign up for Everbridge now, we will utilize that to post updates about evacuation status, about contact information to those people in those areas affected with their homes. So please take the steps to do that. Stay tied in and don't go back to your houses. Right now it's still an active situation and there's a lot of danger dangers when homes and utility infrastructure burns, and we want to make sure that we mitigate that before we expose your family to those risks.
Michelle, thank you. If you could just stick with me really fast, I want to be able to talk to my team back and forth just in case they have any questions, because I understand Tom Green, he was on the desk all day long yesterday for about maybe 7-8 hours as all of this was taking place. So if you all have any questions for Michelle, this is the first update that we've gotten since 5 o'clock yesterday. So 12 hours later,
right.
Anything.
That's what I want to ask you, Darius. If you could please have Michelle go over some of the numbers again, because that moved from 1,600 acres to 6,200 acres, but the wind was cutting out some of what you had to say. If she could just go over evacuees, acreage, homes, things like that, that she just gave us more clearly, please.
Yes, of course, Tom, we can definitely get that done. Michelle, you were talking about the acres. It was originally around 1,600 or around 1,600, and I believe you said it's approximately at around maybe 62, and you were also talking about some of the structures that have been damaged. If you can go over some of those updated numbers once again for us this morning.
So again, the estimated numbers for acres was 6,200. We do hope to have aircraft up today to be able to get better estimates on those acres and get that better mapping out there. Structure loss, we will have to have crews go in and actually drive and identify and put people there. There's a process that we go through to make sure that everybody's properly identified and we don't miss things in the middle. With the hastiness of people's retreat with immediate evacuation orders coming out, we really do need to take our time to process things appropriately and look for any additional missed hazards that are out there. So with approximately 500 homes affected, that will take us some time, and we just really appreciate everybody's patience in helping us keep our firefighters and law enforcement safe.
And right here, this area, this command center is just for everyone to be able to be here in unison, to be able to be dispatched anywhere that they need during this time.
So our incident command post is here, and so we will be doing a briefing this morning with the incoming firefighters that are, as we're doing some shift trade. Some of those crews were on shift yesterday. They'll be rotating out to bring some fresh crews in. Many of them worked past kind of normal operational periods where we want to make sure that we start getting rest for these guys so that they're safe. And so we'll have briefings. We'll start conducting a normal incident operation schedule, which will also help make sure that the EOC and the public's aware of all the information in an appropriate time frame.
And that call center is also open and available for anyone that needs it.
They start at 9 a.m. this morning, and that number is up on their blog site.
Perfect. Michelle, thank you so much. I want to check one more time to see if they have any additional questions. I know it's cold. I really do appreciate you.
Yes.
Anything else that you all have while we have her here this morning?
Yeah, she had talked about the numbers of evacuees. If she could update us on that as well, please.
The number of evacuees as well.
We have 35,000 people estimated evacuated right now between Superior, Southwest Boulder County, and the city of Louisville.
35,000, wow.
Yeah.
And these are cities. I know you work, I believe you told me, in Superior. Just, you know, the population really of these two towns, these two cities, just to be able to let people know 35,000, that's a lot of people for the amount of people that live there.
It is two entire communities directly impacted by this fire, and it will take them some time to recuperate. And we just appreciate all the support we've received, not only from other Boulder County residents, but also from other counties around the state. It's been phenomenal, and we really appreciate it.
Unfortunate circumstances in December in one of the most devastating wildfires in Colorado.
Unfortunately, yes. And you wouldn't think of it at the end of December, but here we are, so.
Well, we appreciate all of you. We thank you all for all of your hard work and everything that you all are doing to get the word out and be able to save what you can at this point in time. Thank you so much, Michelle. Tom and Natasha, do you all have any additional questions? I know Michelle said that she's going to try to let us know about some areas or neighborhoods where we can safely show you all a couple of visuals as the sun rises, because I know that's the one thing this morning that we're all wanting to see. We want to see what this fire did to many of these neighborhoods and many of these communities that where people live, where people just celebrated Christmas, where people love, and where they have made memories.
Yeah, there's about an hour before first light, and then we will start to see some of what this final day of 2021 shows us as far as what the Marshall Fire has done. 35,000 people, when you think of evacuating, you know, a neighborhood or something, and that's what these shelters are built for. 35,000 people is, you know, like two full houses over at Pepsi Center. It's very difficult to sort through how we can help all those people.
It's an incredible feat, and again, the acreage has has grown to 6,200
It's
acres.
quadrupled
Yeah,
at least, and
yeah.
it felt like it was from the last count that they had officially yesterday, because that fire was raging mostly from west to east because of those winds. And Ed Green's with us again. And Ed, that wind yesterday has finally relented. The snow may help. The snow may also be a problem for everyone as they try to sort through these next few days.